Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. This is Fishing Blog number 146, and for those of you who missed the short I put up this week, these are the coolie loaches that I have bought quite some time ago now. And ever since I pruned out all the plants, well, most of them anyway, they've decided to take up residence in the undergarl filter, and they wiggle around through here, and as you can see, and when we pan down lower, they've basically removed all the mulm from underneath the plate. They're doing a great job actually keeping this nice and clean, so I'm kind of happy that they've gotten in here. But anyway, it's nice to see that they're doing well. I counted them and they're actually all still there, which is kind of nice. It's a funny thing about coolie loaches. You could not see them for so long that you forget that you even have them sometimes. I also wanted to show you this before I get on to the main part of the video. I am still getting like one-ofs for shrimplets for the red crystal shrimp, but that's alright. It's they're maintaining their population, and that's fine. I don't really need a whole lot of them anyway, so they'll just do what they're going to do. And as you can see now, there are regular cherry shrimp in here as well, so we'll see what happens with all that. So on to what I meant to get done so long ago, and that is this needs to be renovated. This needs to be cleaned out. It's just been a dumping ground, just like the pond, for so many plants that it is just getting to the point now where there's just no room for fish anymore. I really do want to breed these angels, and I want to get them to the point where they have sufficient room to, spar and pick out mates and all those fun things. And the only way I'm going to do that is to get all of this out of here. So a good chunk of this, not these things here, because I can just hang those on an aquarium somewhere, are probably just going to get thrown out. I mean, the big mass of red Luigi in the middle I had pruned out of just a 15-gallon tank there not so long ago, and it's just, like I said, there's just no room. I don't have any room anywhere in my fish room for more plants. And there hasn't been a fish auction around here forever, so I can't really take them to that. And there's just really no avenue for me to find a place for these. I mean, my clients all have all the plants they need. And even if one decided they wanted more, I still have tons of them. I mean, just look at the amount here. This is just garbage. It's just, unfortunately, that's what it turns out to be. I have nowhere to put it. So I'm going to clean this all out. I am keeping pretty much all of the Java fern. And I'm also keeping, there's a nice big pot full of cryptocorenes in here. I'm going to keep that. And there's a really large Anubias you're going to see here in a few minutes. That I'll keep as well. Where am I going to put them? I don't know. Some of these spider, the little spiders that come off the spider plant, I'll probably get thrown out. And a lot of these roots that are in here as well, I'll pull them all out. I mean, this is so overgrown. And the sad thing is the pond is probably in worse state of overgrowth than this is, and it really does need it as well. But the nice thing is, once I have this cleaned out, here comes the Anubias, I'll be able to pot some plants up. I don't want to completely remove all the plants from this, but I'm gonna pick and choose which ones go in here. Probably some cryptocorenes, obviously some Java fern, tie them onto some logs that you'll see, driftwood I have in here that I'll pull out. And we'll get this to the point where the fish can actually see each other, which would be really kind of nice. I have to be very careful when I do this, because right now my head is up right between two joists, and I could quite easily bang my head on something, but I've done this a few times, so it'll be fine. So yeah, lots and lots of Java fern. It's a great plant, which is really bizarre. I mean, it grows really well, but it's one of the few plants I rarely throw any amount of out. It's just one of those things that I always find room for somewhere. Anyway, it's just, like I said, everyone has their favorites. This is a cryptocorene. It's doing really, really well. And I will probably this is going to go back in this tank, because it's doing well in this environment. And, I do, like I said, need plants in here. There are some large bunches of Java fern, and I'm probably going to put those just straight back in as is. But for the moment, they're all coming up, because I need to, you're going to see this as this progresses. There is a fair amount of mulm in here, and I want to reduce that. I want to get it down to a point where it is manageable, and like I said, get this all cleaned out. There's just some of the wood here that I'll retie the Java fern to, and some of the plants I probably won't put back in here. I think we'll put some Vallisneria in here. It is like plants that are containable. That's the kind of stuff that will probably go back in here. There goes all of the red Luigia, and this is again some more spider plant roots and a few other things along those lines, and they're all going to come out, of course, and just get tossed. But yeah, it's sad when that happens. I mean, it's just like I said, they just grow. It's just nothing I can do to stop them. I don't fertilize any of my tanks. They get their water changes. It's just, they just never stop growing, which is perfectly fine, of course. Better than having to, fool and fuss around to try and get them to grow. My problem, of course, as you always know, because I've told it to you many times, is taking the amount of time it takes to prune them. And mostly it's because, well, I do this for a living, so you don't want to come home and have to do the exact same thing all over again anyway. But I had a day off, so let's see, we'll just get this done. Today my plan is to get all the plants out of here. I'm going to vacuum out some of the mulm you're going to see at the end. Do a big water change. Well, because I'm pulling all this out, mostly it's just going to be a top up, but again, I'll have to do some water changes. This tank gets its regular water changes anyway, but sometimes these things kind of get a little ahead of you. I am going to get this clear. This is going to be one of those videos that's going to go on for more than 1 week. Next week I'll show you the updates on it. I'll do some work during the week on this, get some plants in there. The two main filters I'm not cleaning today, but there is a third box filter that's been in there forever, and I actually don't even remember the last time it was cleaned. That's going to get cleaned today. We'll do that off camera, and we're going to get all, like I said, get it to the point where at least the initial stages of this have been done. There's so much in here. I filled about 1/3 of a large garbage pail with just the stuff I'm throwing out. The rest of this has found very temporary homes in a fair number of my other aquariums, which means they have to come out of there because they're already in situations where they have too many plants. I've even put some of them in the pond, which is probably just the dumbest idea because, and you've seen it, it is getting to the point now where there's hardly any water in there for the fish to swim in. So one of these things you have to be very careful about. I mean, I do want to do a video in the near future, and it's basically going to be about how many plants are too many plants for a healthy aquarium. I mean, that's going to sound weird because a lot of people think that, tons of overgrowth, lots of plants makes for a very healthy environment. It does in a way. It also really cuts down an awful lot on room for the fish to swim in and do the things that they need to do. And you also have dead spaces. And I'm going to make a video of that, and I'll go into all those details later. There's that filter that hasn't been cleaned in forever. So you can see the amount of mulm on here. And one of the things I also noticed is some of the red crystal shrimp, though they're not red, have a fair amount of pigment to them, so it's kind of cool. And there you go, the angels are hiding in the corner because I've just destroyed their world. You can see the amount of mulm here as well. I'm going to pan over to the other side, there's a bunch on the other side too. These two filters will eventually need to be cleaned, a little bit of time. That filter's been cleaned, and well, stage one's done. Thank you very much for watching. Leave comments, let me know what you think about all this, of course, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.